All right, gotta start doing some uploading here. A content creator named Short Fat Otaku did a video that was very good. That he kind of did a recapitulation over Portland and what happened there. And one of the things that he made a very good point of evidencing from video that he had archived of it all was like what you actually saw if, say, you lived up here and you interacted with some of these people, and you interacted with these characters. They went to these city, we got to see these city council meetings, and that you're kind of like, dude, some loked out people up in there, what's going on, what is that, and slowly you start kind of figuring like, wow, like you're like laughing, you start chuckling about it, like, oh, the city council meetings in Portland are always just fucking crazy, like I just love watching this B-roll, but you never figure that at some point there's going to be people who will actually sit there and say like, oh, we should take this person or these people seriously, like serious adults speaking in English, saying serious things in adult words, and once you figure it out, like, oh my God, no, there's a bunch of people up in Portland and all over Oregon who take these nut jobs like they should be seriously listened to and not thrown in a can. And this is one of the key things about the West Coast liberal that actually Briffault wrote about about pre-civilized societies, and he said you see this in especially mystical religious traditions or spiritualist traditions of various sorts. These people who are obviously mad, they're obviously bonko, but everybody listens to them like they're not. Like he even talked about, I think it was Ezekiel or Isaiah, whoever would sit there with like their head between their legs and then come up with prophecies. And it said, now, nevertheless, this might have been somebody who saw patterns in behavior and that their warnings went unheeded and that they were quite correct. That very well could be. He's not taking that away from them, and in fact, there's good genomic arguments about this that, well, no, this might be the one good thing about the nut job is that they could see danger coming, And that's also one of the ways that they avoid, dying, is that's the one thing that they can actually somewhat rationally determine. So the thing that I started, I wanted to make sure a lot of mild-mannered older liberals have to get, by the end of this, these kind of people spoiled it. No matter what you want to think about, oh, smart, rational, educated people would vote my way. You don't know what these people did up here. You don't know how these people acted. When normal people's shit was destroyed, the way that these people would totally act like, well, broken eggs to make an omelet, it's the struggle, brother, the revolution, and these were, people who didn't know even, like, that there was going to just be a riot, and because it said, like, there was going to be a march at, like, 3 PM about Breonna Taylor or something, and then at 10 at night, this person finds out that their store was totally ransacked, halfway across town, by peaceful protesters, and then that's the story. Is that and that they just have to get in, they just have to get better insurance now, more expensive, better insurance, because of course the insurers are gone. That's the big one. And so nothing about motivations or any of that matters now. The insurers can't be on the West Coast anymore. And I just found out, what was it? It turns out Seattle is the capital of shoplifting, it now turns out. I didn't know this. I thought it was like San Francisco or New York or someplace larger, but apparently Seattle is, is earning a prize, So yeah, that's how that's going. So it just a lot of people need to kind of get this idea like no. This wasn't don't blame the Trumpers. Don't blame Trump. You guys could have stopped this. You didn't have to have lost. You didn't have to lose. You know, because now you have to.